Now let's talk with Ben Reaves. Ben, thank you for being with us again today. We always enjoy you making the trip to journey with us.
It's always my pleasure.
I wanted to start by asking you, you've been very willing to share some of your personal health struggles these last few years. I know last year you had another issue you were dealing with. And I wondered if this has given you an opportunity to perhaps deepen your faith in facing the fear of what your body is throwing at you right now. It sounds like you've turned to your prayer life and used that as an opportunity in this instance.
Absolutely. It has moved me from the position of one who is seeking to guide others to find comfort in their times of stress, and recognizing that I needed the comfort in my stress that is found in that time of midnight meditation, a special time for me.
And what an amazing formula, inspiring formula you've given our viewers and all of us who have just heard you speak, because I know it was difficult for you to speak, Ben, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And you really wondered if you should do this program.
I thought very seriously about calling and saying, well, I don't think, but then it dawned on me. This is part of the story. This is who I am at this point in time, and God is holding me in his hand. And so I'm thankful for every opportunity to lift up his name.
When you were so afraid, that moment when you learned the diagnosis and you made those visits to the land of midnight meditations, as you say, how did you learn that kind of trust in God? I mean, where was that on your journey, in your childhood, your parents? How did that evolve, that kind of solid, sustained by faith and ability to trust the journey?
It's a kind of the walk of a lifetime, again and again, meeting different issues, different times, different difficulties, but then always renewing at each time that sense and reminder that God's with me, his hand is on me, and underneath me are the everlasting arms. That is a continual kind of journey that I have experienced again.
It's interesting to me when I hear you talk, Ben. It seems as though this fear provides an opportunity for you to really be in the moment and deal with this. It's almost a gift of struggle to be certain, but by having to face that, you're absolutely in the moment and in prayer with God, dealing with the reality of what is right now.
Absolutely. In fact, I think to myself that, I have preached before about fear, but I think that the next sermon on fear will have a different ring to it, a different tone, because this is fresh in my mind. And I was surprised at how I lost sight of the big picture and became threatened by the small part of it, which was the vocal cord.
Well, it's so important to what you do. I mean, we could certainly understand your concern about that, but what I think is very neat is that it's an opportunity for us to stop and realize, as I said, in the moment, what God is handing us, in a way, a gift to stop and say, wait a second, this is what's important for you at this time.
Life is not a dress rehearsal. That's what we're learning, isn't it? And when you said in your message that you realize that life as you know it may be changed forever. I mean, everybody has that fear from one time or another when they get a call, an unexpected call about a tragedy, the death of a loved one, their own medical problems, name it. But I guess I want to ask you, Ben, what do you say to people who don't know the God you know, who may not be people of faith, people who struggle and don't understand the language of faith that you do? What help and advice could you offer for those who don't believe in God?
The only help that I could really offer is the understanding that I have a friend. Let me tell you about my friend. And if you will hear me, I think you might find that he'll be a friend to you as well. But I speak as one who has a friend that I want to share with you. And this opportunity, this crisis, if you will, has given me the chance to be reminded of the big picture. If it hadn't been for the hoarseness, the dilation of the aorta would not have been noted. God was working in my behalf and still is.
Well, that's a wonderful thing that I sense from you in all of this is there's almost a deeper gratitude
Oh.
for having to deal with this, as difficult
Absolutely.
as it is. And I think that's a lesson we can take away from this, even when we're thrown a real curveball with our health or whatever it may be, that there's a blessing in
And
that.
hymns helped you when you had your heart attack in 2002.
Oh, yes.
What hymn?
Oh, yes.
What hymn is your favorite one that helped you get through?
Well, this time, I think that my mind went back to the hymn that says, God has brought me thus far, and he didn't bring me this far to leave me. It's been a journey, and the journey continues by his grace, and I'm thankful.
Now, share with us briefly, we have to go in just a few moments, but how are you feeling now, and what's the forward-moving progress for you as far as taking care of this?
The medical proclamation is they have not resolved what caused this.
All right, well, we're going to wish you very good, great luck on that, and we thank you again for being here.
And thank you.
Sure.